Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The link between two lenses rests on the nose. A denture anchored to teeth on either side of missing teeth. An upper deck where a ship is steered and the captain stands. A structure that allows people or vehicles to cross an obstacle such as a river or canal or railway, etc. A circuit consisting of two branches, four arms arranged in a diamond configuration, across which a meter is connected. Connect or reduce the distance between. Any of various card games based on whist for 4 players. A wooden support that holds the strings up. Crossover on a bridge. Make a bridge across. Bridge a river. Something resembling a bridge in form or function. His letters provided a bridge across the centuries. The hard ridge that forms the upper part of the nose. Her glasses left marks on the bridge of her nose. The link between two lenses rests on the nose. A strap that is the part of a bridle that goes over the animal's nose. Armor plate that protects the nose. A denture anchored to teeth on either side of missing teeth. An upper deck where a ship is steered and the captain stands. To cover or extend over an area or time period. The parking lot spans 3 acres. 2 items of the same kind. A structure that allows people or vehicles to cross an obstacle such as a river or canal or railway, etc. The act of sitting or standing astride. A unit of length based on the width of the expanded human hand, usually taken as 9 inches. The complete duration of something. The job was finished in the span of an hour. The distance or interval between 2 points. A circuit consisting of 2 branches, 4 arms arranged in a diamond configuration, across which a meter is connected. Suffice for a period between 2 points. Connect or reduce the distance between. A fastener that serves to join or connect. A social or business relationship. He was sorry he had to sever his ties with other members of the team. A fastener that serves to join or connect. Finish a game with an equal number of points, goals, etc. The teams drew a tie. Create social or emotional ties. One of the cross braces that support the rails on a railway track. The British call a railroad tie a sleeper. A horizontal beam used to prevent 2 other structural members from spreading apart or separating. He nailed the rafters together with a tie beam. Fasten or secure with a rope, string, or cord. They tied their victim to the chair. The finish of a contest in which the score is tied and the winner is undecided. Their record was 3 wins, 6 losses and a tie. Connect, fasten, or put together 2 or more pieces. Neckwear consisting of a long narrow piece of material worn, mostly by men, under a collar and tied in knot at the front. He stood in front of the mirror tightening his necktie. Perform a marriage ceremony. A cord, or string or ribbon or wire, etc., with which something is tied. He needed a tie for the packages. Equality of score in a contest. Form a knot or bow in. Tie a necktie. Limit or restrict to. I am tied to Unix. Make by tying pieces together. The fishermen tied their flies. Music, a slur over two notes of the same pitch, indicates that the note is to be sustained for their combined time value. Unite musical notes by a tie. A two-way radio communication system, usually microwave, part of a more extensive telecommunication network. A fastener that serves to join or connect. The walls are held together with metal links placed in the wet mortar during construction. Make a logical or causal connection. Be or become joined or united or linked. The travelers linked up again at the airport. An interconnecting circuit between two or more locations for the purpose of transmitting and receiving data. Link with or as with a yoke. The means of connection between things linked in series. The state of being connected. A connecting shape. A channel for communication between groups. Connect, fasten, or put together two or more pieces. A unit of length equal to 1/100th of a chain. Computing. An instruction that connects one part of a program or an element on a list to another program or list. A fastener that serves to join or connect. Baseball. Base consisting of a rubber slab where the batter stands. It must be touched by a base runner in order to score. A metal sheathing of uniform thickness, such as the shield attached to an artillery piece to protect the gunners. A flat sheet of metal or glass on which a photographic image can be recorded. A shallow receptacle for collection in church. The quantity contained in a plate. A dental appliance that artificially replaces missing teeth. A rigid layer of the Earth's crust that is believed to drift slowly. A full-page illustration, usually on slick paper. A main course served on a plate. A vegetable plate. Any flat plate-like body structure or part. A sheet of metal or wood or glass or plastic. Coat with a layer of metal. Plate spoons with silver. Dish on which food is served or from which food is eaten. Structural member consisting of a horizontal beam that provides bearing and anchorage. The positively charged electrode in a vacuum tube. The thin under portion of the forequarter. A dental appliance that artificially replaces missing teeth. A dental appliance that artificially replaces missing teeth. A higher deck. The people in a society considered as a system organized by a characteristic pattern of relationships. Sociologists have studied the changing structure of the family. A particular complex anatomical part of a living thing and its construction and arrangement. He has good bone structure. A thing constructed, a complex entity constructed of many parts. The structure consisted of a series of arches. Give a structure to. I need to structure my days. The complex composition of knowledge as elements and their combinations. His lectures have no structure. The manner of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts. Artists must study the structure of the human body. The commercial activity involved in repairing old structures or constructing new ones. Their main business is home construction. The act of constructing something. During the construction we had to take a detour. An interpretation of a text or action. They put an unsympathetic construction on his conduct. The creation of a construct. The process of combining ideas into a congruous object of thought. A group of words that form a constituent of a sentence and are considered as a single unit. I concluded from his awkward constructions that he was a foreigner. A thing constructed. A complex entity constructed of many parts. She wore her hair in an amazing construction of whorls and ribbons. Drawing a figure satisfying certain conditions as part of solving a problem or proving a theorem. The assignment was to make a construction that could be used in proving the Pythagorean theorem. An electrical device that provides a path for electrical current to flow. A journey or route all the way around a particular place or area. We took a quick circuit of the park. A racetrack for automobile races. Movement once around a course. The boundary line encompassing an area or object. An established itinerary of venues or events that a particular group of people travel to. She's a familiar name on the club circuit. Law. A judicial division of a state or the United States, so called because originally judges traveled and held court in different locations, one of the 12 groups of states in the United States that is covered by a particular circuit court of appeals. Make a circuit. They were circuiting about the state. An electrical device that provides a path for electrical current to flow. An electrical device that provides a path for electrical current to flow. Make a logical or causal connection. Be or become joined or united or linked. Connect, fasten, or put together two or more pieces. Make a logical or causal connection. I cannot connect these two pieces of evidence in my mind. Be or become joined or united or linked. The two streets connect to become a highway. Plug into an outlet. Establish communication with someone. Did you finally connect with your long-lost cousin? Connect, fasten, or put together two or more pieces. Can you connect the two loudspeakers? Be scheduled so as to provide continuing service, as in transportation. The local train does not connect with the Amtrak train. Establish a rapport or relationship. The president of this university really connects with the faculty. Hit or play a ball successfully. The batter connected for a home run. Join by means of communication equipment. The telephone company finally put in lines to connect the towns in this area. Join for the purpose of communication. Operator, could you connect me to the Raffles in Singapore? Land on or hit solidly. The brick connected on her head, knocking her out. A game played with playing cards. A game played with playing cards. Financial resources provided to make some project possible. The foundation provided support for the experiment. Argue or speak in defense of. She supported the motion to strike. Put up with something or somebody unpleasant. A military operation, often involving new supplies of men and materiel, to strengthen a military force or aid in the performance of its mission. They called for artillery support. Be the physical support of, carry the weight of. He supported me with one hand while I balanced on the beam. Adopt as a belief. The financial means whereby one lives. He applied to the state for support. A musical part, vocal or instrumental, that supports or provides background for other musical parts. The act of bearing the weight of or strengthening. He leaned against the wall for support. Be a regular customer or client of. Documentary validation. The strongest support for this view is the work of Jones. Establish or strengthen as with new evidence or facts. The evidence supports the defendant. Be behind. Approve of. Support with evidence or authority or make more certain or confirm. Give moral or psychological support, aid, or courage to. She supported him during the illness. Aiding the cause or policy or interests of. The president no longer has the support of his own party. Any device that bears the weight of another thing. There was no place to attach supports for a shelf. Play a subordinate role to another performer. Olivier supported Gielgud beautifully in the second act. Something providing immaterial assistance to a person or cause or interest. The policy found little public support. Supporting structure that holds up or provides a foundation. The statue stood on a marble support. Support materially or financially. He does not support his natural children. The activity of providing for or maintaining by supplying with money or necessities. His support kept the family together. A recording of a song that was first recorded or made popular by somebody else. They made a cover of a Beatles song. Form a cover over. The grass covered the grave. Clothe, as if for protection from the elements. Cover your head. A fixed charge by a restaurant or nightclub over and above the charge for food and drink. The act of concealing the existence of something by obstructing the view of it. The cover concealed their guns from enemy aircraft. Travel across or pass over. The caravan covered almost 100 miles each day. Span an interval of distance, space or time. The period covered the turn of the century. A covering that serves to conceal or shelter something. Under cover of darkness. Include in scope. Include as part of something broader. Have as one sphere or territory. This should cover everyone in the group. Fire that makes it difficult for the enemy to fire on your own individuals or formations. Artillery provided covering fire for the withdrawal. Put something on top of something else. Cover the meat with a lot of gravy. A natural object that covers or envelops. Under a covering of dust. The protective covering on the front, back, and spine of a book. Make up for shortcomings or a feeling of inferiority by exaggerating good qualities. Bedding that keeps a person warm in bed. He pulled the covers over his head and went to sleep. Hide from view or knowledge. The president covered the fact that he bugged the offices in the White House. Be responsible for reporting the details of, as in journalism. The cub reporter covered New York City. Covering for a hole, especially a hole in the top of a container. Put the cover back on the kettle. Act on verbally or in some form of artistic expression. The course covered all of Western civilization. Sit on, eggs. The female covers the eggs. Protect by insurance. The insurance won't cover this. Cover as if with a shroud. Copulate with a female, used especially of horses. The horse covers the mare. A false identity and background, especially one created for an undercover agent. Her new name and passport or cover for her next assignment. Be responsible for guarding an opponent in a game. Be sufficient to meet, defray, or offset the charge or cost of. Is this enough to cover the check? Help out by taking someone's place and temporarily assuming his responsibilities. She is covering for our secretary who is ill this week. Hold within range of an aimed firearm. Invest with a large or excessive amount of something. She covered herself with glory. Maintain a check on, especially by patrolling. The second officer covered the top floor. Play a higher card than the one previously played. Smith covered again. Protect or defend, a position in a game. He covered left field. Provide for. The grant doesn't cover my salary. Provide with a covering or cause to be covered. Cover her face with a handkerchief. Spread over a surface to conceal or protect. This paint covers well. To take an action to protect against future problems. Count the cash in the drawer twice just to cover yourself. Meet at a point. To cover or extend over an area or time period. Extending or lying across, in a crosswise direction, at right angles to the long axis. Cross members should be all steel. Travel across or pass over. Annoyed and irritable. Any affliction that causes great suffering. That is his cross to bear. A marking that consists of lines that cross each other. Genetics, the act of mixing different species or varieties of animals or plants and thus to produce hybrids. Hinder or prevent, the efforts, plans, or desires, of. Genetics, an organism that is the offspring of genetically dissimilar parents or stock, especially offspring produced by breeding plants or animals of different varieties or breeds or species. A mule is a cross between a horse and a donkey. Breed animals or plants using parents of different races and varieties. Cross a horse and a donkey. A representation of the structure on which Jesus was crucified, used as an emblem of Christianity or in heraldry. A wooden structure consisting of an upright post with a transverse piece. Fold so as to resemble a cross. She crossed her legs. Meet and pass. The trains crossed. Trace a line through or across. Cross your T. Travel across or pass over. Travel across or pass over. Cut using a diagonal line. Be contrary to ordinary procedure or limitations. Opinions on bombing the Serbs cut across party lines. Rub with a circular motion. Travel across or pass over. Bypass. Make a passage or journey from one place to another. Fly over. Become clear or enter one's consciousness or emotions. travel across or pass over. Communicate successfully. I couldn't get across the message.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.